Okay, if you see a Nazi out in public, do you look at them like a op? Or did you back then and do you now?
I still have issues.
Right.
I can't be in crowds. If too many people, I have panic attacks. What, too many white people?
Really?
I try to go to a football game. I'm out of here.
You don't feel like a white guy in that environment, even though the average person would look at you like just a regular dude.
I feel like me, but that's the thing. Like I said, I've been stabbed 13 times, and most of them have always come from behind.
Really?
So I have issues with, hold on, So it's something I deal with every day. And it's, I see people and it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying, and it'll be a white dude and he won't even know, I'm just, out fishing or something, and you know what I'm saying, But then once you talk to me, it's like, where are you from?
Right.
And everybody tells me I'm from the South and born and raised San Diego. I ain't never really been nowhere.
Right. Wow, that is crazy. But from your perspective, has there been any close calls over the years where you felt tempted to get back into a more old school way of life, or is it like long in the past?
The old school way is automatic with me.
Really?
I'm trying to train myself not to. I have to think about things 2 or 3 times before I act, because my first mind is the wrong way. My first mind, oh, he got something I want, go take it.
Really?
And like, you know what I'm saying, I've seen a few of your shows. Like, I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but you know what I'm saying, I was watching, and you know what I'm saying, all these people up in here with all this Trump jewelry. People look like a meal. I'm hungry.
Oh man.
And that's the way I came up. So,
Yeah, I couldn't imagine robbing one of my guests, but
no,
a grimier version, of me would be like, oh,
I'm just saying that's how my mind
around to do it.
That's how my mind automatically. That's the first thing my mind thinks of.
Yeah,
because that's where that was home.
Right.
It's just that's not home no more.
I already have rappers accusing me of setting me up to basically like run into people they don't want to run into or shit like that, even though I go massively out of my way to avoid situations like that, and you still will get kind of people coming up with conspiracy theories about it from time to time.
Yeah, well, I heard you like controversy. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That sells, right?
For sure, controversy is good for business, but I also think people think that I'm like playing these dudes like chess pieces and like trying to create shit like that, when in reality it really just finds us. Like, we just have a bunch of hosts, they're kind of controversial, and it's also like, this is a big enough platform that when you come on here, if you're consistently on this platform, it's just going to cause a lot of smaller YouTubers to basically like try to poke holes in your persona and try to figure out if you really are what you say you are, and try to find any little detail about anything you've done in the past to try to, throw some dirt on your name, which I almost feel bad when I put somebody on the team, because it's like, and going forward, I probably would give them like a warning speech to basically be like, listen, the amount of scrutiny you're going to be under now, you got to have your program in order, because you got to know that people are going to be on your ass trying to paint you as the worst version of yourself for content. And I don't know. That might lose me some potential hosts if I actually do that. I don't know. But it's not what I want for them, but it feels like it quite often works out that way.
You have a lot of people working for you. I was just looking. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm, like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm just in awe of, you know what I'm saying? You guys, you know what I'm saying, got a lot going on.
It used to be a lot more, and as time goes by, I find that I've realized that managing a big-ass crew of people, in particular a crew of people who, in large part, don't really, like, have a lot of prior experience in business or being part of a team, etc. It's like, it just creates a headache. It's just way too much to deal with. And in particular, like, when you're talking about, like, LA dudes who know enough about hip-hop that they can be on a podcast and be interesting and entertaining and shit, from our perspective, it's usually going to be dudes who are gang-affiliated. And this just opens up Pandora's box of bullshit of just having, people coming in and seeing each other, and, me realizing like, oh, just because they're both Crips doesn't mean that they're going to get along at all. And they actually have all kinds of drama. And even if it's not between them, it's going to be people casting judgment from the outside. And, these dudes are getting calls over and over and over from people that are basically trying to convince them that they were disrespected. And it could be a lot to deal with. And at a certain point, for me, it's kind of like, oh, shit. Like, I mean, is this really worth it?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with Spider-Loc.
Spider-Loc, good man.
Yeah, I thought, he was, because, man, hey, that was one of my favorite songs, Beautiful World.
Yeah, classic. No, I love Spider-Loc. He kind of got swept up in like a big overhaul that we did here where we had a ton of people doing content on the channel. And at one point I just was kind of like, you know what? I'm getting rid of all this shit and we're just going to focus on having a couple shows per week plus the interviews that we're doing. So Spider-Loc, he's a good guy though.